Hello and welcome to North 100 Showdown, a Canadian Highlander throwdown. My name is Wheeler, and joining me today I have Serge.
Hello.
And we're about to play some Canadian Highlander. If you want some information on what the format is, the deck list we're playing, all that jazz, you can look at the description below, where you can also find the royal you of patreon.com/loadingreadyrun, because without all of the royal you, we couldn't do all of the royal we. I'm playing blue-white control, just some boomer magic.
You went boomer.
I went, miracles.
That's pretty boomer.
It's pretty boomer.
Yeah.
I do have Ponder, Brainstorm, and Sensei's Divining Top tattooed on my arm, and I love wasting people's time in 2014 Legacy.
Oh, yeah.
So if I can replicate that here, that's great. My points are Ancestor Recall, Mystical Tutor, and Dig Through Time. What do you got?
Biggest Redis. I brought Big Red.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a deck that has one speed. I feel like I'm talking about Workshop Weenie again. I'm like, beep, beep. This is an all-in ramp deck where either my hands pop off or I do nothing and I die, which is I love this deck. I really do. My ideal game plan is Rock, Wildfire, and then both of us top deck.
Ooh.
Yeah, but I don't know. I have a love-hate relationship with Big Red.
Yeah. I mean, you've had some success with this deck, right? You beat me in the finals when I was playing Enchantress. Oh, sorry, that was the other way around. What are your points, Serge?
I got Sol Ring, Mana Crypt, Mana Vault.
Beautiful.
And maybe Big Red gets its redemption arc here.
Well, let's hope so. Just kidding. I mean, I'm fine either way.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for fast.
I legitimately love this list, and I don't know if it's reciprocal.
Yeah. I mean, you shared the list with me,
Yeah.
and I thought, wow, the card quality's gone up.
Yeah, it really has. I
Yeah.
haven't played this in probably 4 or 5 years.
But maybe that's a curse. Maybe you should just be playing like Scuttling Doom Engine.
The rocks haven't gotten better, but the top end and the threats have.
Yeah.
It used to be like, just play absolute garbage planeswalkers and cross your fingers, and now I have just a suite of angry dragons. Let's see what happens.
Okay, great.
So you won the die roll.
I did.
We both have 7s though?
We do.
All right, my friend, good luck.
All right, good luck, have fun.
Yeah.
I'm going to play a Spar's Headquarters. It's a Bant Trio, if you will. Tapped. Go ahead.
All right, I have the biggest and reddest card. Yeah, turn 1, Ragavan. No! No! No!
What do you mean, no?
My monkey!
Yeah, you're trying to monkey me.
This is my only 1-drop!
Well, too bad.
All right, my monkey got dazed.
You did the big red thing. You LD'd me. Draw.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And I'm about to do the blue-white thing. I'm going to play a Flooded Strand. I'm going to fetch down to 19, finding a Tundra. I'm going to suspend Ancestral Visions.
Oh, we are playing Boomer Magic.
Yeah. This one was... I was looking for some extra cards to play, and I'm like, yeah, why not? It's got to be good, right? Go ahead.
I'm so happy to see that. I'm not even running Remand, and I'm happy to see that. All right, draw for the turn here. Ignore that.
I don't even know what Faithless Looting does.
Perfect. Wait, hold on. All right, I have this Urza's Saga.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially on this board state, which is empty. And then, I mean, you saw it, so I'm going to cast a Faithless Looting.
Okay.
We're going to draw 2. Okay. We're going to pitch 2.
Okay.
I'm going to discard Mountain and Sundering Titan.
Jesus. Yeah.
I don't think Sundering Titan's doing all too much right now.
Oh.
And then Shadow Spear.
Okay.
That monkey would have been so happy carrying the Spear Wheeler.
Yeah, but people want to see a game. So, you know.
All right, go to you.
So, upkeep. I'll take this down to 3.
Yeah.
Draw for turn. I'm going to play a Spar's Headquarters, and I will pass the turn.
All right, untap, upkeep, draw step. We're going to go to the Saga step. I'm going to play a Prismatic Vista, and then crack it down to 19.
Yep.
For cut right to it, basic mountain.
Ooh, that's a good one.
and I'm going to make a construct.
Okay. And you're doing that sorcery speed?
I mean, I can do it on your end step, which is probably a better idea.
It does play into Teferi Time Raveler a bit better. I'm not going to do that to you, but...
Yeah, no, I'm probably supposed to wait and do it on your end step, aren't I?
Yeah.
Thank you for that insight. You are correct.
Anytime,
Yeah.
anytime.
And then I can bluff having a bunch of red spells up.
I understand the appeal of having a Ragavan, Shadow Spear, Urza's Saga. We were just joking about how big red is like, oh, and then that happens. I will have an effect at the end of your turn.
Yeah.
I'm just boomer hit after boomer hit. I'm going to cast Tithe.
Oh, baby!
So it lets me search my deck for a plains, any plains.
Yeah.
But if I have fewer lands than you, which I do, I get to find 2 plains. My favorite wrapper.
Very nice.
So it's really good with the, this is like a blue-white and like a Jeskai classic. It's really good with the cycling lands.
Yep. Yeah, you turn Tithe into a draw spell late game. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love it.
In this case, I think...
You've already found both of your planes.
Well, I could get the other cycling land, but I'm mostly interested in just hitting land drops and hitting land drops that will not get hit by Blood Moon. So I'm just going to get 2 basic planes here.
Clever.
Yeah. Back when I played Jeskai mid-range, in my younger years, I always ran 2 basic planes for the Blue Moon matchup. And casting Tithe for double basic planes just feels so good. You can cast, because these decks, typically Blue X decks will play like a whole bunch of islands and then some of their supporting colors.
Yeah.
But that's it. So it's nice to have that security.
It's interesting seeing the triumphs in this list as well. Well, we can talk about that probably later, but yeah.
So untap.
Yeah.
This goes down to 2. I draw a card. Okay, be well behaved. I'm going to cast Preordain.
Okay.
Scry 2. I'm going to think about everything. I think I want both of these cards. Can I get both of them in this single turn? Is that okay?
No cheating, but you know, if I could, I would. I promise.
I'll go like that and draw. Both on top.
It's not good for me. What did you draw? You're so pleased.
I'm going to cast Portent.
Okay, all right.
So if you don't know what Portent is, what if Ponder didn't draw you the card immediately?
Yeah.
And in fact,
or you could goozle your opponent's stack too, right?
That's true.
I remember when people used to play Portent to counter Goblins decks. You could mess with their recruiter stack. It was so janky.
I don't know if I'm going that deep.
All right.
But I think I'll keep that. I play my land for the turn, basic plains, and I'm going to pass.
All right, end step. I'd like to make a construct.
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
And now on your upkeep, I get to draw.
Untap, upkeep, draw step. Oh, fascinating. This goes to 3. I'm going to hold priority before it goes away and make another construct. They're both 3/3s. This goes to find me a artifact card with a mana cost of 1 or 0 and put it onto the battlefield. What a card. What a card.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's okay, I guess.
Good. I think any card where the ceiling is Black Lotus and yet the floor, I guess the floor is not fighting anything, but even then that's still very good.
Yeah.
Like when your ceiling is Black Lotus and you still will just do anything between that and be really happy.
That's a Sol Ring.
That is a Sol Ring. Holy smokes.
These are both 4/4s.
Unfortunately.
Let's play a mountain. I'd like to equip one of these constructs with the Shadow Spear.
Yep.
I'd like to announce my intention to go to combat.
Yes.
8.
So that one can't attack because you just made it.
You're correct. I'm sorry, 4.
I will take 5.
I was pretty excited for a second there.
So I go to 14 and you gain 5.
I go to 24.
Holy smokes.
Not bad.
Pretty good.
Pass.
untap. This goes to 1. Draw. I'm going to play a plains. I am going to cast. So this is why the Triome is actually in here. Is that you get? I want a number of fetchable basics and tithe targets, but I also want to play Prismatic Ending.
Yeah.
And sometimes I need to go a little bit up. In this case, I'm just going to get rid of your free 5/5 you got there, and just exile the token. And then I'm going to pass.
Untap. Draw for the turn. Fascinating. Mishra's Workshop.
Yep.
That was a good eye face there.
Pretty good.
I'm going to cast a Grim Monolith.
Okay. Yep.
I'd like to attempt to equip the Shadow Spear.
Yes.
I'd like to go to combat.
Yes.
5.
I take 5.
All right. You go to 9. I go to 29.
I'll get you while here. There you go, sir.
Thanks, bud. Do you like your hand?
Yeah, it's really good.
All right. Well, it's a Wheel of Fortune.
That's interesting because I just said it was really good.
Oh.
So I'll force a negation your Wheel of Fortune.
All right. That's fair. That's fair. I accept. I didn't know that really good included counter spells. All right. Say go.
In my upkeep, I'd like to resolve this Ancestral Vision.
Target?
Me.
You could add 10 cards if you let that wheel resolve.
I mean, well, don't tempt me with a good time. Draw. Okay. So I've talked about this card on North 100 a couple of times. And it's cute, I'll admit it. But I genuinely think it's good in Highlander nowadays. I'm going to cast Gideon Jura.
Oh, Gideon of the 5 mana!
Yeah.
OG! This is Boomer
Gideon.
Magic!
Yeah.
I love this!
Yeah.
Yes.
So 6 loyalty,
Yep.
+2. During target opponent's next turn, creatures you control have to attack Gideon. -2, destroy a tap creature. And then 0, Gideon becomes a real boy, a 6/6 indestructible planeswalker that you prevent all damage and all that. So I'm going to destroy your tapped creature.
Yeah, you will.
And I'm
Very
going
nice.
to pass.
You love to see it. You love to see it. Untap, untap, untap.
Sorry, he doesn't become indestructible. You just prevent all damage that would be dealt to him. Apologies. It's been a decade.
8 years? Yeah.
Also, my Gideon is in a language I can't read. This seems to be a trend with Gideon. So
I'm going to tap 3 here and cycle Sweltering Suns.
Okay.
Land for the turn is going to be an Inventor's Fair.
That's a little scary.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. Activate this ability only if you control 3 or more artifacts. Handy. Well, now I have all these. I didn't expect to top deck a tutor.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, you're tapped out right now.
Yep.
So if I do this, I can get any 4-drop artifact and put it into play right now. Unless, we've already seen Daze, we've already seen 1 Force. And you have how many cards in hand?
6.
So I have 2 options right now. Option number 1 is I go for it while the shields are down and slam a 4-drop. Option number 2 is I do it on your end step and I have access to significantly more options, but also your line of counterplays is higher. And I think I'm supposed to go while the shields are down against Boomer Control when you have that much card advantage.
Yeah. I think you go for it. I mean, if I have a Force, it's never good for you anyways.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and do that.
Sure.
So we're sacrificing Inventor's Fair. And I have a card in mind, which I think helps me right now. But it may have been the 101st card. I may have cut it. Oh, I didn't. Okay.
We cut the Gear Hulk, right?
We cut a Gear Hulk.
Combustible Gear Hulk.
Yeah.
Apologies to any Kaladesh block enthusiasts.
Ooh, God, this deck is so spicy.
I'm genuinely impressed. I mean, you had Ragavan and Urza Saga, but still, the fact that, like, this deck can pressure early.
Something this deck couldn't do before.
And still ramp, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's no slouch.
Yeah. My tutor targets, if you're curious, in my mind, were either Coercive Portal, Trinisphere, or Crucible. Now, Crucible gets me Inventor's Fair and Urza Saga over and over, which is very good. Lets me apply a lot of pressure there.
Yeah.
Trinisphere is probably not as good because I'm behind on board right now, so I can't pressure the Planeswalker. Or Coercive Portal lets me try and attack the card advantage that you have right now. And
I think it's
definitely not Trinisphere.
I think it's. Have you played your land?
I did. I did.
Played the Inventor's Fair.
I played the Inventor's Fair, which is why I'm not as high on Crucible. Because Crucible would be really good if I could Crucible into Inventor's Fair right now. Or pardon me, Crucible into either of the Saga or the other one. This is also really strong because you have less interaction with my graveyard in blue-white.
Yeah.
Coercive Portal is really strong because it lets me sort of try and fight the card advantage there.
God, that's tough.
I know, right? You know what? Oh, you already played Daze. If you hadn't played Daze, I'm probably taking Crucible because I have 1 mana up to play around Force Spike. As it is right now, you have an equal counter chance on both of these.
Now, Inventor's Fair is effectively drawing you 2 cards a turn anyways.
Yep.
Although, you're a little limited. I think
it's supposed to be Crucible.
I like Crucible
I think it's supposed to be Crucible.
I like Crucible.
I think it's supposed to be Crucible. This is one of these great opportunities. Watching, let us know in the comments. What are you tutoring for there? This is a big turn.
Lodestone Golem.
I'm not playing it.
Oh,
I'm not playing Lodestone.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it was one of the cards that I was always looking at my collection. I had it out, and I was like, I don't think you're good enough anymore, little buddy.
Oh, that hurts.
I know.
Oh.
Would you like to cut?
No, you're good.
All right. Tap the workshop. Play the Crucible.
A force of will. No, I'm kidding. Yeah.
I mean, if you have it, you have it, right? Yeah. That's the risk of what we're playing against. And I say go.
Untap. Draw. Okay, this changes everything.
Oh, it's miracle time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Don't be angels.
No,
don't be angels.
It's not. It's better. Well, it's not better. So this is a new-ish card.
It's one of the angels, isn't it?
No, it's Triumph of St. Catherine.
God, it's so good.
From the Warhammer 40,000 set.
Yep.
So 5 mana, 5/5 lifelink human warrior, but it has Miracle for 1 and a white. And when it dies, I exile it and the top 6 cards of my library in a face-down pile, randomize that, and put it back on top of my deck.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. There's a fun judge question with this card, too, that I'll talk to you about after. So I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
And get myself a 5/5
cool,
lifelink.
2 mana 5/5, yeah.
You have 2 cards in hand?
I have 2 cards in hand.
That doesn't sound like a lot, but that's kind of terrifying.
Thank you.
Yeah. I wouldn't
attack me either.
Well, about that. I'm going to make Chad a real boy and hit you for 6 here.
For 6?
Yeah.
Turns into a 6/6?
Yeah.
Man, power creep. These 2012 cards, right?
20. I think this is 2009.
Is it?
Right?
All right, I'm going to go down to 23.
10? God. Gideon Jura. Heck of a magic card. I'm going to tap 3 and main phase cast Unexpectedly Absent. Which it puts target non-land permanent into its owner's library beneath the top X cards. So I'm going to put Crucible on top of your deck beneath 1 card.
That's very rude. Apparently 2010, by the way.
2010?
Yeah. That card's 12 years old.
12 years old.
Dust.
Jesus. This card can vote. Go ahead.
2 cards down, eh? All right, Grim Monolith stays tapped, which is very rude. It's not. It's a miracle! It's not a miracle.
Bonfire.
It is a mana rock, though. I'm going to cast this Mox Opal.
Okay.
You didn't have a free counter before. Maybe you don't have a free counter for my duplicate.
Oh. I don't.
Woo!
Yeah.
Man, when's the last time you saw a duplicate get cast?
Been a hot minute.
6 mana, 2/4 with imprint. When it comes into play, you may remove target non-token creature from the game. Boop. As long as the card is imprinted on duplicate, it has all its power, toughness, and creature type, but it doesn't get lifelink, notably. No. So this is just a 5/5.
Just a 5/5.
And it prevents Triumph of the St. Catherine from doing its graveyard shenanigans. And while I have extra mana at my disposal, I'm going to give it the Shadow Spear as well.
Sure.
So it's a 6/6. Which means it trades with Gideon.
Yep.
And I'll keep the 1 card in hand and say go.
untap, draw. That was a good draw. Four mana. Jace the Mind Sculptor.
God, yeah. I mean, it's like I'm in 2010 all over again.
Yeah. These two haven't seen each other for a while.
They haven't. They're like, yay,
Hey,
what's up,
oh,
buddy?
you're here?
Yeah.
Wow. I've got to bounce your duplicate.
It's like a high school reunion right now. That stays in exile.
Yep. And then I'm going to turn Gideon into a 6/6 and smash.
I got down to 17.
Go ahead.
Oh, it's a good draw.
Oh.
It's a good draw. It's a Crucible of Worlds that I'm going to try and cast off of Workshop.
And you have 2 cards
I
in
have
hand?
one of which you know is a duplicant. And I have access to 6 mana.
Spell Pierce.
That's actually a very good Spell Pierce, because if I get Inventor's Fair back, it keeps me from being able to crack it and tutor for something that same turn.
Yeah, for kind of an explanation, and I mean, if this impacts your decision, by all means.
Yeah,
but,
I'm going to pay for it.
Yeah. I am doing some really cool things, but I also am not really getting that blue-white turn of like, okay, my opponent did nothing. I
Yeah,
win.
yeah.
You know, you don't have that breather. And so I'm trying to do this to get Serge into a spot where he's limited in what he does with the Inventor's Fair, thinking that if I get an untap with Jace and the cards I have in my hand and Gideon, I can deal with that. And I think I value that a bit higher than having an extra card for Jace Brainstorms. So, yeah, Spell Pierce.
I pay the 2. I'm going to play Urza Saga as the land from the graveyard.
Okay, yep.
It taps for 1. I'll use a red die to mark that. And I will say go. Yeah, the reason for Saga over Inventor's Fair here is it lets me apply pressure on the Planeswalkers a turn later.
Draw. I would like to brainstorm with Jace.
Yep.
1, 2, 3. God, Magic's hard. I think it's these 2, and I resolve that. But you get that back. No, that's bad. That's bad. Well, no, it's bad. Should keep that. I'm going to put these 2 cards back.
Okay.
I'm going to turn Gideon into a 6/6.
God, could you stop?
I would like to attack Gideon.
I'm at 11.
I'm going to play a new card.
Oh. 2013?
2022.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to play Lauren of the Third Path. So 3 mana, 2/1 Vigilance, excuse me. Legendary creature, Human Artificer. When Lauren enters the battlefield, destroy up to 1 target artifact or enchantment. And I can tap it to have both of us draw a card. It's symmetrical. It's fair. I'm going to blow up your Crucible of Worlds.
Yep.
And then I'm going to pass the turn.
End step. 4 mana. I'm going to untap my Grin Monolith.
Yep.
It's the other reason I
Yep.
went that line instead of the other line. Not having my Crucible is really frustrating, Wheeler.
Well, the thing is, if I let you get that Crucible going, I'm going to lose.
Yeah, that was my plan.
Yeah, yeah. So we agree, right?
Yeah. All right, draw step. This goes to 2. So Duplicant doesn't enter as that card. So I don't get the ETB. It only turns it into a
2/1.
a 6 mana 2/1.
Yeah.
But I have a creature.
6 mana 2/1. Now that's more like the big red I know.
Yeah. All right, first order business.
Yeah.
Man, is this even good? How many cards do you have in hand?
5.
That's so many cards. Six mana. 6 mana, 2/1. Duplicant's going to exile your creature.
Tap 2.
Yeah.
I'm going to cast Remand. Oh, behind the scenes, Ben on tech just gave off a after the reban.
No, that's just bad. That's just bad.
God, that buttered my biscuit. Yeah, that was like...
No, it's good. This is fine. All right, new plan. Make a construct,
Yep.
which I know I'm playing into the Jace, but that's fine because Blood Moon.
Oh. Yep.
Yeah. All right, so Blood Moon resolves. I have this, and this is great because if it forces Wheeler to have to bounce things, it means you don't get to advance the board on your turn. I'm okay with that. Now, I have an interesting Drudge question.
Okay.
The interaction between Blood Moon and a Saga now, right? Is this just not a Saga anymore?
Yeah, no. So it's bad for you.
I
I
imagine
just
so.
forget how the exact way that it's bad.
Alright, so Sagas, as a ruler, sacrifices a state-based action when the number of counters are equal to or greater than the number of chapter abilities.
Yes.
So when the Saga loses all of its abilities due to Blood Moon, it's a Saga with 0 chapter abilities, which means it sacrifices a state-based action.
That's the one.
There we go. That's fine.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yep. I will trade my Urza Saga for 2 of your lands.
Yeah.
It feels very weird to be the one reading this to 2 judges.
Yeah.
Look, some judges are there for the rules. Others are there because we're handsome in our judge shirts.
It's true.
Is that a pass?
That's a pass.
Great. Untap. Draw. How big is that construct?
It is currently a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is a 5/5.
Okay. I am going to petty theft and bounce your construct. So the Brazen Borrower Adventure. To bounce that construct to your hand.
Only hits creature. I can't remember what.
Target non-land permanent. you
Non-land
control.
permanent. Oh, all right. Yep.
Gideon is. Shuffle these around because Gideon's getting into the red zone. Gideon's going to become a creature.
Oof, you're hitting me for 8.
I hit you for 8.
I go down to 3.
Second main phase.
Yeah.
I'm going to -1 my Jace to bounce my own Lauren.
Oh, yeah. Goodbye, Blood Moon.
And I'm going to
Goodbye,
recast
Blood
Lauren
Moon.
and blow up Blood Moon.
All right.
And I'm going to pass after this.
This is not looking good for your hero here. So I need to draw.
I think I feel great.
My Grim Monolith is still tapped.
Yeah.
I need to draw 2 threats and be able to cast them both. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. I did not get there. I think I die, but I'll let you play it out. Yeah, because I play 1 blocker, you unsummon it, you attack for lethal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I counter the second time, it's still the same amount of mana.
Yep.
I've got 2 6-drop creatures in my hand.
Okay.
Yeah, so I can't cast both with the Grim Monolith tapped.
Okay. I do have a Teferi that's been sitting waiting for a turn. So.
All right, that's game 1.
Okay.
Holy moly. that Blood Moon screamed desperation, and it was. And it was. But, you know, sometimes you do what you can.
That pressure, though. Like, woo.
Not bad. Not bad.
Not bad.
I don't think there's... I guess the big pivot moment for me that game was that tutor. And I think Crucible was probably the correct decision there. Coercive Portal's interesting, but as soon as we saw that it bounced it, I wouldn't even gotten like any value off of it, right?
I don't even know if I address your Coercive Portal. Like, I
You
think
just let
I
me
can...
just keep drawing cards?
I think it lets me get to Fairy down because I have a Solitude in a hand and a Swords to Plowshares.
Oh my god.
And so
Oh my god.
if I'm able to Fairy and tick up to draw, then I have Jason to Fairy going.
Yeah.
My Gideon's just doing the beatdowns.
Yeah.
And I get to pass knowing that I can deal with 2 of your creatures for free.
Wow.
So I'll let you take a turn to draw.
Even my Urza Saga over and over and over there is not getting out.
Well, with when you Crucible, there's more of a sense of urgency.
Yeah,
right?
for sure. Because I'm able to develop my board and apply pressure with the Urza Saga
Yeah,
there.
you get to do both.
Yeah.
It's a little slower, but at the same time, it's more difficult for me to interact with.
Do you like Saga over Inventor's Fair there?
For the second time?
No, I only got to do it once.
Right.
Right? Like the order, because I did grab the Saga so that I'd have a turn sooner. The idea is end step, pardon me, end step, make a counter, try and clear one of your planeswalkers, right? Whereas if I go Inventor's Fair first, I can tutor for something else, but you know that, and you can counter it.
I'd have to know your list better
Sure.
to make the claim. I mean, that's always the issue with tutors.
Yeah.
Is that like sometimes it's not even the issue of like, did you find the right target? It's did you include the right card in your list?
Yeah. So my target for the Saga the second time is Expedition Map, and I start wastelanding you out.
Okay.
Because I noticed you missed a couple land drops.
Yeah.
So like I have the next like 3 turns in a row off the Saga there. Whereas the Inventor's Fair, I'm like, oh god, I have too many lines.
Yeah, I like Saga. I think Saga's just it's pressure. And so it's pressure, and if you get rid of the Crucible, Saga also just plays better if I get rid of Crucible, right?
Yes, which you did.
Yeah. 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh boy.
Sneep.
Eep. As that I'll keep, but
But you don't feel good about it?
Well,
Oh, take a second. There's no pressure.
no, I'll keep this.
All right.
It's just, it's really scary keeping this kind of hand against a Mana Crypt deck. Just don't Mana Crypt me.
All
or
right.
Soul Ring.
Okay, I will neither Mana Crypt you or Soul Ring
I
you.
hate this. He's going to Workshop me. He's going to Ancient Tomb me. What are you going to do? All right, yeah, let's go. Good luck.
As promised, it's neither of those two Mana Vault. So Arid Mesa, find a basic mountain.
The one I didn't hit.
Yeah,
Okay.
Look, I am nothing but not accommodating.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Thank you so much. By the way.
Go.
Basic Island. Sleight of hand. 1, 2. I will take this card and bottom this card, and then I will pass.
Would you like to cut?
You're good.
Untap. Draw. Fascinating. That changes everything. Does it, though? No, I don't think it does. Inventor's Fair. Tap 2, Talisman of Impulse.
Okay.
So this is the red-green pain one. Go.
That's more unnerving, I think. Basic Island. Sensei's Divining
Oh,
Top.
it's time!
Go ahead.
I'm so happy to see you, Top. I
Yeah.
hope you've been well. All right, Mountain.
Yep.
Five mana.
Yep.
Glorious! Glorybringer.
Yep.
I want to be. We good?
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Get you for 4.
I go to 6.
Pass.
An Eternal Spin Top. Oh no.
Oh no. One of those moments where you brainstorm, you're like, I keep all these cards, don't I?
Well, do I have time for this? I guess I'll do that. Untap. Draw. Glacial Fortress.
Yep.
Teferi Time Raveler.
Oh.
So I could tick it up to 5, and I survive a Glorybringer, or I could bounce it, hope that you don't have an untapped source, but then you might want to Glorybringer my creature. I think I'm still bouncing it.
Okay.
I feel like people play this card in -3 too much. It's just as a default. But it's like Jace, too, where it's just like, play it, uptick, hide loyalty. Go ahead.
Untap. Mana Vault's going to hit me for 1. Go to 18. Draw for the turn. Ancient Tomb. 2, 3,
Okay.
4, 5, 6. I'm going to do something a little different here, actually. I'm going to cast Lelia. Layla? Lelia.
Lelia.
The Blade Reforged. 3 mana 2/2 legendary spirit warrior, notably with haste. Whenever it attacks, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. Whenever you exile one or more cards from your library and or your graveyard, put a +1/+1 counter on it. So I'd like to attack your Teferi. I get to put a +1/+1 counter on it. We exile this face up. It's
Oh, from the ancient.
oh yeah, I also take Ancient Tomb damage. Pardon me.
Teferi dies.
Teferi dies. I'd like to play the spell, so I'm going to play this Mox Opal. And then second main, I'm going to cast an Imperial Recruiter.
Yep.
1, 2, and then we'll tap the Talisman, but for generic, so I don't take any damage off of it.
Gross. Gross.
You know what? Let's just find and cast the monkey.
Okay. Yeah, why not? Live a little.
Yeah. And I mean, you might untap and Wrath, which would make me sad, but what if you don't?
Yeah, it's 2022. I mean, not even blue-white decks are playing that many Wraths. It's like Terminus, and then maybe Supreme Verdict if you're like, I don't know, extra boomer or something. But
Go ahead.
Add a card wastes. I'll take 1 and Supreme Verdict.
Which was the top deck? The Land or the Wrath? The Land or the Wrath?
No, I knew both of them were coming, baby.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
How could you say that with a straight face?
Years of practice.
All right. No, it happens. Would you like to cut?
No, it's fine.
All right.
I mean, you have a Glory Bringer.
I know. I
hands.
mean, I'm in no danger,
Yeah, yeah.
but you know, it is kind of funny.
Go ahead.
All right, untap. Now give me a second here as I think about my Mana Vault choices here.
Yes.
I'm just going to take one off the Mana Vault.
Sure.
Oh, and then I gain one off the... Wait, yeah, 1, 2, 3. I gain one
Yeah,
off the Adventurer's Fair, so I stay even on that. Mountain, Glorybringer.
Yep.
No, I'm going to leave the Ancient Tomb untapped. Hit you for 4.
I go to 11.
So I've got access to 3. I'll say go.
God, Inventor's Fair is a pisser. I'm going to untap. I'm going to draw. Island. I'm going to play Teferi, Hero of Dominaria.
Teferi got thicker. What happened here?
Quarantine. I'm gonna uptick Teferi to draw a card.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I'm going to go to my end step and untap 2 lands.
Yep.
You go.
Untap, 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 untap. I'll pay 4 to untap Mana Vault.
Sure.
Gain 1 off Adventurer's Fair. Draw for the turn. What's a frustrating draw? 2 mana, eh?
Yeah, I have days up.
4 mana, taking 2. I'm going to cast Walking Ballista for 2.
I'm going to respond. I'm going to cast Ancestral Recall.
Target?
Me.
Rude.
I don't mean to complain, and this is going to sound like a sick, like humble brag in a way, but every time I cast Ancestral Recall on this show, it just draws me into 3 lands. Which is to say, it's happened. I've cast it enough times.
Yeah.
But I'm going to spin top.
Okay. So this is always Ballista still on the stack.
Yeah. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
All right. I'd like to attack Teferi.
Goes to 1.
I'd like to shoot Teferi.
Goes to dead.
And pass.
Draw. I'm going to Thought Scour myself. So I mill 2 cards and draw a card.
Yep.
I'll mill a Tundra and a Basic Plains and draw. I'm going to spin top.
You had 5 lands in a row?
Yep.
Oh, man.
It's all right. These things happen. I'm going to tap 2 and cycle Miscalculation. Draw a card. Tap 1 and Prismatic Ending your Walking Ballista.
Pew! Shoot you for 1.
I go to tap.
Yep.
Then I'm going to play a basic island and pass.
Untap, untap, untap. Upkeep. Inventor's Fair. Gain a life. Draw for the turn. Announce my intentions to rumble.
Yep.
Rumble you for 4.
I go to 6.
I'm going to crack the Inventor's Fair.
Sure.
I can find anything.
Even a Crucible Worlds.
Well... I'm going to find Trinisphere.
Yep.
Would you like to cut?
You're fine.
Pay 2 life. Attempt to cast Trinisphere.
I'm going to spin my top in
Yep.
response. I'm going to Force of Negation, pitching Hull Breacher to counter it and exile it.
Blood Moon!
Days.
I thought I had the Wombo combo!
Yeah.
The Trinisphere Blood Moon to shut you out of this game? Oh, man. All right.
Okay.
I mean, I still have a dragon.
Yep.
Go.
Draw. Go.
Untap, untap, untap. Lose a life. Draw a card. I accidentally saw the top card in my deck there. So I'm
Do
gonna-
you know the order of anything?
I haven't scryed anything because we just shuffled from Inventor's Fair as
Great.
well.
Please randomize your deck.
I really wanted the second card more than the top card. I want you to know that.
Should have Inventor's Fair for a Coercive Portal.
Yeah. I could have had both. It's true.
Okay, perfect. And then don't do that again, ideally. And you will be getting a game loss.
Attack you for 4.
I'm going to cycle Shark Typhoon.
Oh, right. And I don't get to exert at this point. So the shortcut here is that we've passed the exertion phase, and I don't get to shoot it.
Yeah. So
All right.
draw.
Yep.
I make this totally real shark. Oh,
Okay,
yeah,
we got
the
this whale. We didn't have any shark tokens, but we have a whale.
I'd like to block your 4/4 with my 4/4.
Yep.
Okay, great.
Yep. Mountain Pass.
Draw. Celestial Colonnade.
I can't help but notice you still don't have a non-basic white source.
What do you mean?
Untap the Mana Vault.
Yep.
Draw for the turn. Oh! Hey, speaking of 2008 cards, remember this old friend? Koth!
Koth the Hammer.
Koth of the Hammer. I'm going to attempt to cast Koth here.
Oh, we're just casting all the All-Stars.
Right?
Okay.
I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 mana open.
7 mana.
7 mana.
You got 1 card in hand. Let me think about this real quick. Please and thank you. Seven mana. I'm going to cast Lose Focus and replicate it 3 times.
I definitely don't know what Lose Focus is.
So, instant 2 mana. Counter
Yeah.
target spell unless its controller pays 2 with replicate for a single blue. So, as I cast it, I can pay blue as many times as I'd like to copy it. So, there are 4 copies of Lose Focus on the stack.
So it cost me 8 mana?
Yeah.
Well, that's awfully rude.
2008 mana.
Well, goodbye, Koth. I could have paid a couple just to flex, but you know how it is.
Yeah, tap that Ancient too.
I'll pass.
I'll spend top in it.
Yeah.
Like that. Untap. Draw. So I've been holding this basically.
Oh, you didn't have to counter the Blood Moon. I mean, I guess it does shut off your celestial colonnade,
Yeah.
pardon me.
You want to know how I feel about how long this game's going to go?
Let's see.
I'm going to suspend Ancestral
Oh, yeah.
Vision.
Oh, yeah, that's confidence.
Go ahead.
All right, untap, untap, draw for the turn. Fascinating. Pass.
End of turn, I'm going to cast Snapcaster.
Yeah.
Mage.
We found a win condition. Win condition online.
I'm going to flashback this Ancestral Recall,
Ooh.
targeting myself.
It's never the first recall that gets you.
No.
Tell me if it's 3 lands. You have to tell me if it's 3 lands. Oh my god!
This is my curse. This is my curse.
Yeah.
End of turn, I'm going to cycle the Spara's headquarters.
Yep. It's another land.
Another land.
Yep.
And I'm going to spin top.
Yep.
Oh, this tithe is looking pretty good.
Mm.
Like that. Untap. This goes to 3. Draw. Attack for 2.
I'm at 11.
All right.
He's on the board.
This might be the worst Mystic Sanctuary I've ever had, but I'm going to play Mystic Sanctuary. And I'm going to put Sleight of Hand on top.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Mm. Suddenly remembering back to game 1, I had a Faithless Looting in my
Yes.
graveyard. I forgot. I was realizing now, it's like I should check my graveyard more often.
Forgot to flute.
I forgot the Faithless Loot. Pass.
End of turn, I'm going to spin top.
Yeah.
Untap. 2. Draw. Spin top.
Oh, yeah. Oh, this isn't Boomer Magic. I don't know what is.
I'm at least fast at doing this.
Mm.
Sleight of Hand. I'm going to pick this card. Put that on the bottom. I'm going to play a Hall of the Storm Giants.
Oh, yeah.
Or Hall of Storm
Yep.
Giants,
Yep.
excuse me. Spin top. Like that. Combat.
I go to 9.
Go ahead.
Six mana. Burning! Burning of Zinye. Is that how you pronounce the last bit?
No. But
I tried.
Yeah, it's been a while since I did my P3K lore stream. I'm going to cast Cryptic Command. Modes are going to be counter 9, counter draw.
Counter draw. Okay. Let's play a basic mountain. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep.
Thought Knot Seer.
Oh. That is fine.
Okay, so we're letting this resolve. There's
Yeah.
an ETB trigger. So it enters the battlefield. The target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-land card from it, exile it, and then when it leaves the battlefield, you get to draw a card.
So with that ability on the stack, I'm going to
Yep.
cast Petty Theft.
Okay.
The Brazen Bar Warrior Adventure.
Yep.
To bounce that to your hand.
Okay. So this is going to return to my hand. You get to draw a card.
And then you get to
And then I
look
get
at
the ETB trigger to exile something.
Yeah, I've got a Terminus,
Yep.
a Gideon Jura,
Yep.
Mystic Gate, and a Seachrome
We're
Coast.
going to exile the Planeswalker.
Okay.
I mean, surprising nobody.
Yeah.
Go to you.
Untap.
I think this is the countdown to the end of the game.
Yeah.
I think when the third Ancestral resolves, I'm in a world of trouble.
I'll play Mystic Gate.
Yep.
I'm going to tap 6.
Wait, I'm not even going to live that long. I'm just dead now.
Yeah, make it a 7/7 Ward 3 and attack
Yeah.
over 9.
That's lethal, my friend.
Okay. Thank you for the games.
And I think that was a good series of both of these.
I agree.
I think my mid game was weak. I think my early game was strong with these decks, but I think where I went wrong was when I stopped applying pressure, wasn't setting myself up to double spell and really like bait counter spells.
Yeah, I think casting the Ragavan may have
Setting up to
been-
Wrath,
Because, like, it's weird to say because it's just an Imperial Recruiter, but Lelia and Recruiter is already scary.
Yeah.
And then if I deal with one of those or both, then you have Ragavan or Glorybringer.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, I overextended on the board, which is what every control player wants,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So no, the Ragavan was greedy there.
I think your read on you need to double spell is correct, right? That's where the issue is. But I think you may have been like a turn behind in double spelling.
Yes.
Like I had that grace turn that I was talking about before.
Yep.
But if you staggered playing out your threats that turn, I still have to deal with Lelia and Recruiter, and I think I'm wrathing that already.
Yeah, those two I think you have to, because Lelia has already so much card advantage,
Yep.
and she's such a clock, right?
Yeah.
Like you're dead in 3 turns to Lelia, and I think you're right. If I slow roll Ragavan and Glorybringer after that, then it's
It's bad news.
yeah.
But this deck impressed me. It would.
Oh no, I'm very happy with
Yeah,
this. Yeah. I think this is the best the best Big Reds looked in a very long time.
Yeah.
I think both of those games were winnable. I honestly I feel as though a lot of it came down to my my tutoring and sequencing.
Yeah.
I think like those games could have been a little bit tighter if I had a couple more reps, but it's been a long time since
Yeah,
I played
that's
this archetype.
something that, obviously familiarity when it comes to, like you said, getting reps in, and then also just the deck has changed. The
Oh my God, it's
format
changed
has
so much, yeah.
And so getting used to that is a little.
That your deck hasn't changed. Like your
No,
blue
no,
white
no.
man, I have played that deck. I've played against that deck for a decade, right? Like nothing much surprised me. Obviously, a little bit more efficiency in the threats.
Yeah.
Like the white Rex Sage, are you kidding me? Like, why? Why do you get that card now?
And the spot removal's a bit better too, so you're not as reliant on the wraths.
Well, you got to what's the X removal spell? You got me in
Prismatic
both. Yeah,
Ending.
you got the prismatic ending in both games,
Yep.
taking out constructs both times,
Yep.
right? Or sorry, it was a ballista one time and a construct the other time.
Yeah, but
Like that's really efficient
and
removal.
that's a card where even if I didn't have in this case I didn't have the Triumph, but that's a card where if you're a 2-color deck, play your Prismatic Ending. So many cards that are just 1 to 2.
Yeah.
That's what you want. You want to get rid of the Tarmogoyf, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Is there anything to critique on your side? I mean, obviously you
No,
won
I
in
played
2.
perfectly.
Yeah. Man, that Wrath on turn 4 was backbreaking.
Yeah.
And I think, again, if I had sequenced differently, that's not the end of that game. The unsummon in game 1 on my Crucible, that was big.
The
So like,
the Absent. Yeah, the unexpectedly
yeah.
Absent. Yeah. Yeah, I think that I may have played a little behind the pace too. There are certain. Again, this is a deck that I haven't played for at least half a year now. Again,
Okay.
hasn't really changed, but because I've been playing the control decks I've been playing, I've been Jeskai Green, that kind of thing. And I don't have Lightning Bolt. I'm like, I got to deal with that. I got to deal with that to get the
Sure,
Planeswalker.
interesting.
And I think that could punish me in the future, and could have punished me there.
So you could say that you were not playing the card advantage game as much. You're playing more to the board than the long-term strategy of the deck.
I should have have let more things go than trying to protect everything. And that was mostly game 1. I think I corrected that for game 2.
Okay.
But game 1 could have gone horribly if you all of a sudden there's a Thundermaw Hellkite, and I'm just tapped
clear
out on
any of
the
those
Planeswalker.
walkers, right? Yeah, there was a lot of shields down in game 1 for me, but you were also resource starved, so you had less to work with.
Yeah, that's true. But I think I should, in situations when you are resource starved, that's not just like there's nobody, like I can't call a judge, like, Judge, I'm missing my land drops.
What do I do?
So I should, look at that and go like, okay, well, this is what I can work with. This is where I need to make concessions in like developing my board or trading resources. And I didn't do that super well, and I tried to correct it for game 2, and I think I succeeded, but also I got to recall.
You got to recall like 3 times. Yeah.
6 lands, though. 6 lands off the recall.
There's all the resources you need.
That's true.
That's every land drop guaranteed.
Yeah. Turns out recall for lands is pretty
Still
good.
recall, you know?
Still recall.
That's what I was missing. I just needed to recall more. All right.
Yeah. And if you recall at the top of the show, we said, hey, how you doing? And now we're about to say thanks for watching. Serge, thank you for playing. Ben, thank you for the tech. Of course, thank you, because we couldn't do this without the support that we receive over at patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. It's because of all of you. There's all of this. And of course, if you want more information on Canadian Highlander or the deck list that we played today, you could check the description down below. Thank you for watching North 100 Showdown. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.